Hello everyone, today I'm working on this SW9 or 1200 and it looks brand new. Now I tested this before and it doesn't run very well. I got a feeling this thing was sold new with issues. And how do I know that it looks so good? Well, obviously, it really does look brand new. Everything's clean. Let me just take it on the track just to show you how it runs. It really is beautiful. So I put power on the track and nothing's happening. So that can't be good. Many times the issue with these is this little contact strip. It doesn't sit in its proper place. But I should nevertheless be able to get it to run a little bit. This one's completely removed from where it should be, so that can't be good. But I should still be getting some movement. I'm just gonna remove this fuel tank. There's some nice little air lines on the side. I want to be careful not to damage that. That will remove my frame. Then I can come in with my test lead directly on the frame. I like this little details. I like this little detail of the airlines on the side. So when I do that, you see it runs fine. So power is just not getting to the frame from the track. So on these, many times you will see, as you remove the shell, these little contact pins here, they get ripped out. So many times I've had problems with that. There's no easy way to remove the shell. I'm gonna try the box method and we'll see what it does. It's not going well, but if I can loosen it up a little bit, that's gonna give me a chance to get in there, and then I'll pry on the side with my screwdriver. So as you can see, these pins get hooked up in the shell, and when you take the drive system out, they hook into this, and as you pull the drive out, these rip out. So these are very hard to put back in. How they do it at the factory is they will melt a little bit of the plastic to keep them in there. So this one looks like I might be able to save this one. I might be able to save this one, we'll see. And then this one, I might be able to save it. This one just ripped right out on this side. Just ripped right out. So usually when these don't run, it's because of these pins. And of course these pins, they make contact from the track with the trucks. This drive system is pretty simple, and they tried hard. I mean, they put tiny little flywheels. I don't know that that changes anything. Plastic worm gear makes it real quiet. There's only one light at the front for these. It looks brand new, so I'm not gonna spend too much time cleaning it or lubricating it because it's already good. So I'm just gonna loosen up these two screws, and that's gonna remove, it's gonna allow me to take the trucks out. I don't loosen them out completely, just enough to get in there, loosen up the trucks. And also keep track of the orientation of everything. I often use my own videos to go back and look at the way things were. It's good to do that. Anything you're working on, take pictures as you disassemble it, because you don't know, you may not remember what's going on after. So I am going to clean the wheels on this, because maybe that's why I wasn't picking up electricity. So we'll just take a look at what's going on here. They look pretty clean, but they can never be too clean. And it ran nice and quiet. At least on the bench it was quiet. And then make sure that this sits in the proper place. That looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. And these look new, of course, so that's probably not the problem. And then make sure you got your axles and the little end caps. You can test it with your finger. If you got everything lined up properly, you can bring in the side frames. The side frames are exactly symmetrical, so you don't have to worry about the orientation. Check it with your finger. And then these, I'll just clean them with my finger. They should be good. So since this one is off completely, I'm gonna use some crazy glue to hold it in place. Same for this one. I'm gonna put some crazy glue and I'll give time for that to dry. Now on this particular engine, you cannot test it without having the shell on. The electricity has to get to the frame using those little contact strip on the shell. And because I can't remove this, once I put the shell on, it's very tough to remove it without breaking it. So I decided to maybe get a little bit of insurance and put some sandpaper to the contacts just to be 100% sure that I will get power from them. So I can't really test it without putting the shell back on, so I'll be sure to do it very gently and get everything lined up perfectly. Now, as far as I can tell, everything looks good. The only way to know for sure is to go try it on the track. Runs nice and smooth. That's what you want when you want to do some switching. Now I'm going to want to put the fuel tank back on. And now it's time to run some trains. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.